We were the only ones bringing you live coverage from inside the Capitol as chaos broke out between protesters and police.
And we were there when the final five were escorted out of the Capitol by police, their hands zip-tied together just before 8 tonight.
It was a dramatic end to a day filled mostly with peaceful protests. At times, thousands rallied on the lawn of the Capitol building, upset about the governor's budget and proposals from some Lansing lawmakers.
24-Hour News 8's political reporter Rick Alvin has been describing the action for us all day long, and he begins our live team coverage tonight. Rick?
Biggest crowd I've ever seen on the Capitol lawn here. I can tell you that when they lined up out here this morning, they were ready to complain, and they were complaining loudly about the emergency financial manager bill. They were complaining about a tax on pensions. They were complaining on cuts to schools. They were complaining about a lot of the things the governor proposed. They did it loudly, they did it with passion, and they did it in a very orderly manner. In fact, there were no problems all throughout most of the day, and inside and out, these protesters had their voices heard, and they had them heard often because they had 3 separate rallies out here. A little later in the evening, however, things started to change. A different group of folks, at least one identifying himself from being from BAM by any means necessary, inside the Capitol building said they would not leave. At one point, one of those protesters tried to run through a line of police to open the doors to let other protesters in. But that didn't work out. He got thrown to the floor. He was arrested. Later, there were at least 5 other individuals who said, "We are going to stay here." State police were patient, waited nearly 2 hours, an hour and a half anyway, and finally said, "No, you aren't going to go here." They arrested them. They will be charged with a misdemeanor. While all of that was going on, one of the things that had been protested all day long, that emergency financial manager plan, Governor Snyder issued a press release late in the afternoon saying he was going to sign that bill in a ceremony at 5:30, and indeed he did just that. So while these people were protesting, while they were trying to occupy the Capitol, the governor was signing the very bill they were complaining about, and at the same time asking people to give it a chance.
In many respects, that's where I hope they'll take the time to really look at what the bill means. And that's the point where I believe a lot of it has been overlooked in terms of the preventive measures, the value this really adds. Because the situation we had until I signed this bill was really one where it could come down to financial disaster actually occurring before you knew what was going on.
To get all the angles, inside, outside, with the governor, we've had more than 10 people here in Lansing today. Crystal Hilliard joined us in the afternoon into the evening. Crystal, I know you're taking a closer look at some of those people who were protesting today.